Alright, ladies and gentlemen, summer of 1968, I was 6 years old, living in San Jose with my parents. They were still married at the time. And my father took me fishing, and he was a great fisherman. He's from Michigan. He grew up fishing all of his life. He caught like 30 trout, a bunch of bass, Anderson Lake in San Jose. I was 6 years old, and as we were walking back to the car with all of our fish, there was a very poor family with about 5 kids. I think they lived in a nearby tent. They hadn't caught anything. My dad, God bless him, he gave them all the fish, and the father of the family hugged my dad, and there was tears and stuff. It was great. Man, I love you, Dad. Man, that was awesome. So, on the way home, I'm kind of sad. I'm thinking about that family, how tough their life is, and how relatively easy mine is. And what are we going to have for dinner, Dad? And as we were driving, there was a grand opening of a Taco Bell serving authentic Mexican food. I had to try out a place that was serving authentic Mexican food. So went in there, and the young people working behind the registers had things on their face I'd never seen before, little red spots. I go, Dad, what are those things on their face? My dad says, those are pimples, son. What are pimples, Dad? Ah, my father said, pimples are a gift from God, according to Aristotle. God gives teenagers pimples to teach them humility. I'm going, wow, what the heck is it with teenagers that they need something so ugly to teach them humility? It scared the heck out of me. True story. So, you know, we ended up having authentic Mexican food from Taco Bell. We had a pretty typical suburban life in San Jose. 1970, I can remember we would eat every classic suburban dish. Crispy shell tacos, chili with kidney beans, spaghetti and meatballs, garlic bread smeared with this thick reddish orange butter mixed with Lori seasoning, salt and garlic. You know, sloppy joes were huge. And, you know, on lazy afternoons we'd play Yahtzee and listen to Green Eyed Lady on the radio, 1970. And then in the mid-70s, my father got a traveling sales position at the computer place IBM, and my parents divorced quickly after that. And what I remember about that is we suddenly were very poor. I mean, everything in the house was just not being replaced like it used to be. Naked light bulbs, cracked tile floors. I mean, my mother wanted to get a Christmas tree after the divorce. I go, come on, Mom, we don't have any money. And she goes, we gotta go. We gotta make everything normal. Yeah, it was so sad. We go to the Christmas tree lot, and it was $20 for the tree. My mom had $120 in her wallet, and then there was tax. And so she's digging around for change to pay for it. And in the background, there's a Christmas jingle, which is kind of like mockery of our financial situation. Never bought a Christmas tree again. And I was just so sad, and I had to get a job. And funny enough, I got a job at Taco Bell. And the hardest part of that job, I mean, I did have to wear a funny little hat that didn't fit on my big head. I had to wear a scratchy shirt made out of Dacron that itched. But the hardest part of the job was the poor single moms coming in with their crying children trying to pay for food with their coins, you know, that they'd scrounge from the sidewalk. That was tough. Sometimes I'd have to go into the cold box and cry my guts out. And my boss, Gary, would go, hey man, you okay? Oh yeah, everything's fine. No biggie. Opportunity, Taco Bell, man. Life's good. You know, soon after I quit. Yeah, it wasn't really working out for me in the Taco Bell family. And I got a job as a bouncer at a disco, a teenage disco in San Ramon called Mavericks. And I didn't last there that long. I was sad, man. Just, you know, I had to have dreams that I was like Superman, delivering food to those poor single moms. My professors were scared of me because I was so serious. At one point I had a beard, and I had that faraway stare. And I remember my boss at the disco said, come on, the disco's a happy place. You should be smiling. You should be smiling, man. The disco's a happy place. You don't look happy. Yeah. So I got fired from that job. And then I got a job at a wine store in Berkeley as I was going to college, and I realized something at that job at the wine store. I was looking at the other clerks, and I saw them flirting with the ladies. And I go, you know what, dude? You need verbal skills. You know, you need to not be, you know, you can be sad, McMahon, but you can't be too sad. And that's kind of like the lesson that I had to learn. Like, we're all going to be sad because stuff's going to happen to us, or we're going to see other people go through stuff that's going to make us sad. And I mean, in life, you're going to be sad, but to me, to manage your life, it's all about volume control. You're gonna have certain proclivities as a human being. You might have a proclivity towards sadness, and so you just gotta turn down the volume. You might have a proclivity toward buying watches. Sometimes you gotta turn down the volume. You might have a proclivity for eating peanut butter, like I do. It's all about volume control. Turn down the volume, man. Don't try to be happy all the time. That's not realistic. Don't try to not buy watches for a year, or don't try to not eat chocolate cake or peanut butter for a year. I think we have to learn how to just turn down the volume and just manage stuff, man. That's the message I got from my crazy past. Tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time, I'm out.